Hey guys, it's Lady Raven, the Wild Witch, and welcome to our weekly reading. This is actually the first time that I'm also doing this on a podcast. So let's see how this works. So if it doesn't sound awesome, just excuse because it's, like I said, my first time. So basically for this week, we have the very first card, the oracle that I'm using is the Urban Crow Oracle by M.J. Cullinane. I suck at pronouncing things, so if you start listening to me often, you're going to know that. Actually, I have a lot of her decks. The Dog Tarot is one of my favorites. She's also the same author that did the Crow Tarot, so it's really kind of a cool deck. When I saw the Urban Crow one, I really couldn't wait for it to come in, and it just came in this week, so I am very excited about this deck. So anyway, jumping in, basically what we have a lot of major things going on this week. On the January the 12th, we have a new moon in Capricorn, so you're going to be looking at that Capricorn earthy energy paired up with a new moon, which is a great time to begin new things, new physical projects. So like a new business venture, new project ideas at work, or if you are, undergoing some health issues, if you have new treatments you're thinking about starting, those are some of the good things. So basically anything that you build towards building something and manifesting something in your life is what the new moon in Capricorn is good for. The second major event we have going on this week on Thursday is that Uranus goes direct. And Uranus is kind of one of those wonky planets that loves to do things in a non-traditional, non-conventional way. Uranus is like not the planet that thinks outside the box. It's the planet that says there's a box somewhere. So it's really, the planet's been in retrograde for a while now. Finally, on the 14th, which is going to be Thursday this week, it's going to go direct. And whenever that happens, there can be kind of a jolt. So if you imagine the quirkiness of Uranus going from retrograde now to moving direct again, there's going to be kind of like unexpected things coming your way this week. So it's kind of a nice way to pair up with the new moon in Capricorn. And then I think the cards that I pulled for this week are actually going to even build more upon that. So for those of you that have never seen what my weekly readings look like, basically I pulled two cards, and one card basically is the obstacles that we have to be on the lookout for this week. What are the things that could kind of sink our plans, bring us down, that kind of thing. And then the second card is what are the opportunities that may be available to us this week, and what are the things that maybe we shouldn't ignore. And sometimes these are really wonky and they don't look like they go together, and this week I think they really kind of build on one another. So let's get started. So for the house of obstacles, things that we have to be on the lookout to get in our way, we pulled the card of isolation. And it's a beautiful crow kind of sitting in the snowy mountain, looking very isolated. And isolation is kind of a natural reaction that we tend to have for any time that we have stress, especially coming from the community. And right now, especially if you're living in the United States, there's a lot of stress coming our way from, worldwide. There's COVID. I don't think there's a single country right now that's free from that. But just in the US, with the events of this past week, we've been kind of in a merry-go-round. So isolation is the natural way to say, hey, I'm going to self-protect. I'm going to pull back. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to do anything with anybody. I'm not going to step out on social media. I don't want to see other people's opinions. I don't want them to see mine. I don't want to feel rejected. All of those things come into play in isolation. And isolation is a good way for you to protect yourself, but it also ends up being a good way for you to miss out on different opportunities. There's nobody there really to hurt you or to be contrary to you or to get in your way when you isolate, but at the same time there's nobody there to help you either if you need a helping hand. And as humans, by our nature, we are engineered to be social creatures, so isolation is really not a natural way for us to live. So I think that not that I'm saying for you to be going out guns blazing this week, but just be on the lookout for not pulling in too much. Definitely pull in for self-care. If you feel that things are a little too crazy and you just can't handle it anymore, pull it in for a little bit. But the key is don't stay in that state. Reach back out. It needs to kind of flow in and out. Pull it in, recover, recharge, and then go back out there. The part that's unhealthy is when we pull in and we stay pulled in and we don't reach out anymore. Especially for those of us who are empathic right now, it's brutal. The energies out there are brutal from everybody around us, from the world being in a pandemic, even from the planetary energies that we've seen in the last 3 months. Everything is kind of like, all over us. So just kind of be aware of that. Don't keep yourself too isolated. Definitely do it for healing, but don't stay in that state. So that is the obstacle to look out for in this week. And then finally, the card here that is the opportunities. We have a beautiful crow looking up at the sky with lots of feathers coming its way. And the card is the card of luck, which basically says, what are the things that could be going right in our lives this week that are not about us? What are the little things that will come in and say, oh God, if that happened just at the right time? That's really the definition of luck, right? So if you work really hard and then you get promoted, that's not lucky. That's just you being rewarded for your work. But if something kind of out of the blue happens and all of a sudden, boom, you take advantage of it, or it brings an opportunity for you, that's luck. And that's the energy that is very much in line with Uranus. Uranus is kind of like expect the unexpected. So what these two cards for me go together is that the obstacle is isolation. When you isolate yourself and isolate yourself from people, you can isolate yourself from opportunities. And then the card to be on the lookout for is luck. And luck sometimes can be brought to you by the people and situations that you have around you. So these two kind of go hand in hand this week. So protect yourself, definitely, pull back when you need to, but don't pull back too much, or you may miss out on opportunities that you may not get another chance to revisit. Luck is on your side this week, so take advantage of it. I'm not saying go crazy, go play the lottery or anything like that. Obviously that's not how that works, but just kind of be on the lookout for putting yourself out there a little bit more, and you may see really positive rewards coming your way from that. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that you all have a fantastic week. And I apologize for not being on top of this for this end of the year, but holidays get kind of crazy. I'm hoping that now with the podcast is forcing me to do it every week, I'm going to be able to put one of these out for you guys every week. So thank you so much for listening and for watching our video. And I hope you all have a fantastic and amazing week. Bye-bye.